Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Shaughnessy, and on this channel we discuss fragrance, beauty, and wellness. And if you simply like to have a good time and you like my vibe, subscribe. So you all, I want to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. I got quite a few new subscribers within the past couple of weeks. I felt a little short of my goal to have 5,000 subscribers before 2022, but I'm so happy for everyone who's subscribed to my channel. I appreciate your support. And so now my goal is to at least have 5,000 before, January ends. I like to have 5,000 subscribers before February. So y'all help me reach that goal. We can do it. We can do it, y'all. It's 2022. We're about setting those goals and fulfilling them. So y'all help me fulfill that goal. Let me get 5,000 subscribers before February, okay? And then we will have a wonderful giveaway. So in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing, giving my thoughts on the somewhat new House of Sillage limited edition Wonder Woman perfume. And this is the little flyer I received with my recent order, and I received a sample of this, and I want to just give my thoughts because I missed out on the last rendition of this fragrance for something. It was Wonder Woman. I don't know what it was for now, since this is the 80th anniversary. I have never watched Wonder Woman, y'all, so I know a lot of people bought that fragrance because it was Wonder Woman, and it just got rave reviews, but it sold out. I wasn't paying that price for it. I never felt like I could really tell how it smelled. Sometimes with fragrances, people give a review, I can be like, okay, I can tell I will like that one. With this one, I never could tell if I would like it. So I was just overjoyed when I received a sample of this with my order, because the House of Sillage just recently started sending samples. They didn't used to send samples with your order. Not when I first started ordering from House of Sillage. So this is the Wonder Woman 80th Anniversary Edition fragrance. That is the name of it. The notes are, and I'm reading straight from the House of Sillage. I didn't go over Fragrantica. This is what they say are the notes in this fragrance. So it's Davana, pink pepper, raspberry, bergamot in the top notes, tolu, almond, orris in the heart notes, and musk, vanilla absolute in the base notes. So you all, I'm going to spray this again. And let me just read what this says. This fragrance celebrates the iconic Wonder Woman in a new gold anniversary limited edition design. Release your inner goddess. Plate yourself in armor and prepare to unleash the prowess of an iconic heroine. Okay. Is it heroine or heroine? I think it's heroine. Y'all, this is after work. It's my first day back after, a couple weeks off. And I'm like, don't want to do anything. But I'm like, no, we're setting a new tone this year, Shaughnessy. You will come in and keep it moving, okay? Okay, y'all, when I first sprayed this fragrance, it was love at first sniff. But what happens to me with a lot of House of Sillage perfumes, I was like, this reminds me of something, but I can't put my finger on it. So I went to Fragrantica, and it helped me say, okay, now I realize what I was getting from it. So let me tell you what I get. It starts off as, to me, a kind of peppery vanilla fragrance. It's just ultra feminine. And when I don't see this as a, strong, in your face, powerhouse fragrance, which that's what I would think of when I would think if you're, a fragrance where Wonder Woman is like the image you're going for. This to me is very feminine. It's a very feminine fragrance. Yeah, I get like first some pepperiness, then I get raspberry, so there's that fruitiness, and that bergamot. I get a little citrus, Oh, and then as it dries down, I remember how I wore it when I wore it. I wore it to see Spider-Man because I was like, I'm gonna wear this because this is a superhero perfume. So I was like, I'm gonna wear it to go see Spider-Man. And it gets I get a little nuttiness, a little that almond. And usually with almond with me, I get cherry vibes with almond. But this one, it's still that raspberry. I love that in this fragrance. And yeah, and it dries down to you still keep that berry, but it kind of gets a musky, a little powdery vanilla. I really, really like this fragrance. I really do. When I wore it, I felt like it was long lasting. I felt like I could still smell it on myself at the end of the day when I got off from work. I will say I don't feel like it was a monster projector. I felt like, you could leave a nice trail, but I felt like it set closer to my skin. But I also didn't just spray how I normally would spray with this little sample because I knew I wanted to do this video, because I feel like with the House of Sillage, it gets a bad rap. And I think one of the reasons, and it's just my opinion, is that the people you hear talking about it the most, they end up getting the product for free as PR, which is wonderful for them because this stuff is not cheap. But I feel like it gets a bad connotation because you don't hear that many people talking about the House of Sillage, the ones that's going and spending their money. You have some, they go, they spend their money on the House of Sillage, and then they end up getting on the PR list, which is wonderful. And then, but I don't know why that happens with this brand. It seems like people, because I've read comments and people are like, well, they just say this because, they're getting it for free or whatever. And it's not like that, but I think this house gets that bad rap because the majority of the videos you see about fragrances from the House of Sillage the reviews are from people that receive it as PR. And to me, it's, you're getting a fragrance, you either gonna say you like it or not. It's not that serious because they're still gonna send you stuff. So I don't know why I just read the comments and I was like, well, okay, I did not buy this fragrance, but I did buy the fragrance where I received this sample. So I was like, I want to tell my opinion because I didn't, smell the other Wonder Woman perfume. And I love the House of Sillage. I know it gets a bad rap, but I like it. I really like most of the fragrances I've smelled. To me, they smell of quality to me. And I just don't know why people have so much hate on this house. Well, you know what? I feel like I kind of do. Another reason is because this house, like, I can smell something and I say it smells like something else. And people say at this price point, you should smell totally unique. I shouldn't be able to sniff this perfume and go, it kind of reminds me of this, kind of reminds me of that. I just don't know. And that's what I do with this house. It kind of reminds me of something else, most of the fragrances. But I never can put my finger on it. And I've said this before because they change just enough. It's just enough to where it's not an exact dupe of something, but you're always like, what is it? What is it? It reminds me of something. So I think that's another reason why it gets a bad rap. It's not considered an original house. But it is, I think House of Sillage, I don't have that many niche fragrances, but I think House of Sillage and Parfums de Marly are neck and neck with where I like most of the fragrances. So like I said, I wanted to do this review because I feel like it gets a bad rap and because I actually love the House of Sillage. I spend my money when I can to collect the fragrances I want from there, because I love the packaging, I love the cupcakes, I love the girliness, I love the femininity of all their products. You know, it's like made for princesses and queens in my experience. It's so luxe and girly that I just love this house. So I know that was long-winded and off topic, but that was just on my mind. Cause I love this house, but it just gets a bad rap. And, you know, it's expensive, but so is Killian. So is Parfums. So Parfums de Marly, Maison Francis Kurkdjian. They're all expensive. So I don't know why this house gets such a bad rap. And they have a ton of sales too. So if you're interested in any of the fragrances, because I've done multiple videos on the House of Sillage, then you can usually get them on sale, which is great also. But the Wonder Woman, the reason why I didn't get it last year, it never went on sale because it sold out like that. So if this one, oh, I love this. I love this fragrance. But let me tell you what it reminds me of before I get to will I purchase it? It's like I said, with this house, it does their fragrances tend to remind you of something else, and you just have to think and try to pinpoint it. I couldn't pinpoint it, and now I realize why I couldn't is because this is a newer fragrance in my collection that I only worn a couple of times. So this is Xerjoff's Dama Bianca. This House of Sillage Wonder Woman fragrance reminds me of this. And it didn't click until I saw it on Fragrantica, as this is one of them. It only had like one person saying it, but I was like, it does. And I actually used this on the bottom half of my body because I was trying to save this sample until I did this video, and did the rest of the fragrance on the top. So let's compare. Okay, so House of Sillage, let me get some fresh air. Okay, to me, the House of Sillage, I still get that raspberry. I still get some of those citrus notes that I love, that's just blended to perfection. That's another thing. It is just blended. Their fragrances are so smooth. House of Sillage. And then Dama Bianca, I get more of a vanilla. I don't even remember. I can't look up the notes. It's kind of a powdery vanilla woody fragrance that side by side, they don't smell exactly alike. But they do pair well together because, like I said, I did wear them together. And like I said in a previous video, I think my top fragrances of 2021, which I'll link above. If you haven't seen it, check it out. This fragrance has a vintage quality to me that the Wonder Woman to me is very modern. It's still very feminine, womanly. It's soft, but not soft. It's fruity, but not childish. It's sweet, but not too sweet. It's just a beautiful fragrance to me. Whereas Dama Bianca, it smells vintage. It smells kind of older to me. And it's one that has to sit on my skin for me to really enjoy it. Just smelling it from the paper is not doing it for me for Dama Bianca. So yeah, they are similar, but not as similar as I thought. But this is, I wouldn't even say same vibes. I would just say it's something in Dama Bianca, maybe the vanilla, that's reminding me of the House of Sillage Wonder Woman fragrance. But the Wonder Woman is so much better to me than Dama Bianca. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. So this perfume, I believe, if I remember correctly, is $395. I will not be paying that. I'm not paying that for a fragrance. I'm just not. I had one of my friends at work cracking up. I said, if it's above my car payment, I don't need it. And she was cracking. She said, oh, that's your limit. That's not very high limit. But yeah, so if this Wonder Woman fragrance goes on sale eventually, if they don't sell out, I would love to add it to my collection. But for me, at that price point, I'm not gonna get it. I'm just not, because it's beautiful. I love it, but again, it's not super unique. It's because I smelled it and I've smelled something like this before. Like I said, something. It reminds me of something. I just couldn't think of exactly what. And so I love it, but full bottle worthy. If you got it like that, if you want to spend $395, it is full bottle worthy to me. If you like a fruity, citrusy, vanilla, it's not really sweet. It's like semi-sweet, powdery musk that's womanly and powerful but soft. So maybe this is a good Wonder Woman. Like I said, I never watched Wonder Woman. I think a powerful woman based off of her image, but I guess maybe in her day-to-day life, you know, you're not always like this Wonder Woman. So I guess it's a good perfume reference because it's soft but powerful in some way to me. So it's a hit to me, y'all. I really love it. But like I said, for me, at this time and things that I'm trying to accomplish in my life, I'm not spending $395 plus tax on a perfume. I'm just not gonna do it. Now, if they go, you know, if they have one of their sales and this ends up on there for 40% off, 50, even 30, you know, I would do it. Might. But I just can't do it at $395. But I want to stress, it is beautiful. I love it. It was love at first sniff. It's a beautiful fragrance. Very pretty. It could be signature scent worthy in my opinion. Every day, casual. I wouldn't say this is a formal occasion fragrance. Not like if you're going to some grand event, a gala or something like that. To me, it's not on that level, but going to work, hanging out with your friends, going to dinner, just everyday life, I think it is a beautiful fragrance. And if that price point comes down enough, I would definitely get me a full bottle of it because, like I said, I absolutely love it. All right, y'all. So I know this was a little rambly review. I'm sorry, y'all. Like I said, it's later for me. And, you know how it is. If you've been off for a long time and then you go back to work, you're like, woo, work hit me. And then you just like, I'm tired. I don't want to do anything. But I was like, no, I want to get this video out. I've been putting it off because of semi-annual sales and end of the year. And so I wanted to talk about this fragrance because I absolutely love it. And I wanted to share that love with you all and, you know, let you know that it's good to me. But again, we gonna have to see if that price comes down. And I don't feel like I would be heartbroken, you know, if it doesn't, price point doesn't come down enough for me and I miss out on it. Life goes on. It's just a fragrance, you know, and I will survive. So if y'all enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below telling me, have you smelled the new Wonder Woman limited edition 80th anniversary fragrance from the House of Sillage? What are your thoughts? And just tell me your thoughts on the House of Sillage in general, because I love the brand. It's up there top 2. I can't pick between Parfums de Marly and House of Sillage right now. They're like tied as my favorite niche brand of fragrances right now. So I'm curious, just tell me your thoughts on the House of Sillage. Please share this video with everyone who loves fragrances and to smell good like we all do. And please turn on your notification bell so you won't ever miss any of my videos. And as I always say, if you like my vibe, subscribe. Until next time, bye.